crafts. In this one we'll be crafting this insane amulet. I've been crafting these and selling them for around 300-400 divines. And now I'm gonna show you how you can make them yourself and save some currency. Disclaimer though, these are still very expensive to make. This craft cost me about 170 divines. So it's definitely not a budget craft. But if you have the currency to invest in some crafting, then you can make them and sell them for more profit or use them for your own gemming builds. Because they are pretty much best in slots. You can save 100 spirit in both weapon sets using the Eternal Rage, but then you have spirit, lots of defenses. You can get +4 to melee skills without sanctifying it, because we can get the quality, and then we have skill gem quality, which is needed by pretty much all gemming builds. Alright, let's get started. So first we need a basis. We look for Eternal Rage plus spirit. I'm fine with having a T2, so you need at least 43. Then you look for non-corrupted, non-fractured and non-sanctified. So I'm gonna buy a few of these and then we're gonna fracture. Okay, so I have my bases here. Next we're gonna add 2 shitter modifiers. You can do this 1 amulet at a time, I just want some time crafting. Then we're gonna desecrate. And to use our fraction orb, we need at least 4 modifiers. The desecration, we can't hit this with our fraction orb, so it's 1 in 3 to hit the fracture on the spirit. For these 2, I'm just gonna divine it to get a bit of a higher roll. And now we fracture and try to hit the spirit. So I missed all of them, so that's like 60 divines wasted. Very nice. We're back with 3 new amulets. And we actually hit this one. I'm just gonna save those. Okay, next we need to annul down to 1 modifier. Because now we need to chaos spam, and we're looking for projectile skills, or at least I'm looking for projectile skills. If you want melee skills, then you go with melee skills. So now we're just gonna spam a few hundred chaos orbs. Okay, so I hit melee skills. I'm actually looking for projectile ranks. But if I finish this craft, then I can just sell it for a couple of 100 divines and then go again and try to craft a projectile skill rank amulet. Because both the melee and projectile builds are looking for Eternal Rage and these stats. So I'm just gonna keep crafting this and then we make another one. Right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to add a prefix, because we will then use the essence of the breach to add additional quality. So to do this, we need to use an omen of sinistral exaltation, because we will only add prefix modifiers then. And then we're just gonna slam 1 exalted orb. So we got this prefix, and we got this 1 fraction, so we can't remove it. If we use an omen of sinistral crystallization, because using this we will remove a prefix modifier when we use an essence. So using essence of the breach, we're gonna remove this increased armor. So now we can have 40 total maximum quality. So now I'm just going to quality this one up, and you're gonna see soon why. Now when it's 34% quality, our melee skill ranks went to +4. And now we can actually remove this maximum quality. We don't need it anymore. This quality will still stay on the amulet. Okay, so for the next step, we want to remove this maximum quality. So we're gonna use an omen of initial annulment and an annulment orb. We will remove this maximum quality. Then we will use a sinistral exaltation omen again, because we want to add a prefix, and then we're going to remove it. I'll show why in a moment. So sinistral exaltation, exalted orb. Next we're going to use an omen of sinistral crystallization, because we want to remove the prefix. And then we use a perfect essence of enhancement, because we want the defense here. So now we have this fantastic amulet. The only thing that's left is to desecrate. To see what we can desecrate, we go to PoE DB. For value, you should look to use a Cargal omen and grab the quality, because all the gemlings are using quality. You can also have a look and see if there's anything you need for your build. It's easiest to use the desecrated modifiers, of course, because we can use omens to hit these. But if you are looking, for example, for crit chance, crit damage, maybe you want item rarity or some kind of resistance, then you're gonna have to use Omen of Light to hit these modifiers, which can be insanely expensive. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna slam the quality of all skills here for the gemlings. To slam on a Urgal modifier, we want an Omen of the Black-Blooded. I'm gonna buy a few, because even though we have a high chance of hitting it, we could miss. We need a few preserved collarbones. Then we're gonna need Abyssal Echoes. Perhaps Omen of Light, we don't know. And I'm going to activate the Omen of the Black-Blooded, which will ensure we get a Kurgle modifier. And then we activate the Omen of Abyssal Echoes, and we go to the Well of Souls. And now we pray that we hit the gem quality. So we didn't hit the gem quality. And now we'll have to use an Omen of Light to remove this and try again. Just make sure that your Omen of the Black-Blooded is still activated. So I activate an Omen of Light and remove this desecration. And I desecrate again. And we didn't hit it this time either, so we go again. Okay, so I went and grabbed some more. Now we can go back to wasting some currency. And we pray. Yes, and waited. And now, my friends, we have one hell of an amulet. The only thing that's left is to divine it. We need 5, of course. The armor was quite shit though, so we go again. Now we have a near perfect amulet to trade, and there are a few people selling the exact same ones. Probably because this craft is quite profitable. The total cost was about 200 divines. The cheapest one is at 350 divines currently. And a few at around 400 divines. So that's at least 150 divine profit. So as long as these are is pricey, and the craft is still worth it, and you can make them, sell them, or use them yourself. Alright, just checking in real quick. The amulet sold for 345 divines. It took about an hour to sell, so I could probably have sold it a bit more expensive. But we'll just make another one. So I'm just gonna use these divines to buy the projectile one that I actually needed for my build. Good luck, crafting.